You are witnessing the moment when a freshman sprinter became the fastest man in college. And whether you like it or not, you are not going to win a national title in Division I this year in the 60-meter dash without going through him. But before I get into all of that, I do need to make it clear why I made this video. Because college track and field is back. And most fans aren't paying attention, and I don't even blame them, because you can't hardly find it anywhere on television, which is why I'm going to bring it to you, because nobody else will. So here are all the big performances on both the women's and the men's sides that will likely have an impact on who will win a national title this year. And spoiler alert, some of them were never supposed to be this fast to begin with. Starting off with the women, in a world where gout is now the biggest story in all of sprinting, Alex Doylova, who now runs for Clemson, also of Australia, is now the NCAA leader indoors in the 200, but she also ran 7.32 seconds in the 60-meter dash. The only problem is, she's not the fastest in the nation right now. That would be Erin Kinney of the University of South Dakota. Yes, out of the Summit League. It's actually a thing. Believe it or not, she's been knocking on the door for the national championship meet for a while now. She's gonna have to go a little faster to get in indoors. But when I say a little bit faster, I mean a little bit. Yet Victoria Bossong of Harvard University ran a national leading time in the 600. Most people don't care that much because it's not a national championship event that they run in Division I. That performance is number 13 all-time in collegiate history. That is a list with women like a dang Mo on it. And Victoria is one of the nation's best returning 800 runners from last season. So yes, she's not only on track to be there at the NCAAs, but she's likely going to do damage after the gun goes off. And on Boston University's incredibly fast track, Doris Lemngole of Alabama showed up to run the 5K, just a few weeks after winning the NCAA championship in cross country. If you were paying attention last year, Parker Valby did the exact same thing, and when she did, she broke the NCAA indoor record for that event, which is exactly what Doris Lemngole did. So if you plan on running that event at the NCAAs in D1, you're likely going to be competing for second place this season, again. But the biggest performance on the women's side that almost nobody was checking for has to be Brynn King of Roberts Wesleyan in the pole vault. And if you don't know what school I'm talking about, it's because they're in Division II. She went 4.50 meters in that event, which doesn't just make her the collegiate lead. Last season, had she put down that same vault, she would have finished 4th overall in Division I on the leaderboards. But that performance was only in her first meet of the season, so she can likely go even higher. And if you're wondering how an athlete that good ends up in Division II, I'm gonna give you the answer. Technically, she wasn't supposed to be there, because she's actually a transfer from Duke University. And after all that, I conveniently left out that she made the Olympic team in 2024. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCARecruiting.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. But on the men's side, you already know which story I have to lead with. Ajani Dwyer of Penn State University ran 6.55 seconds in the 60-meter dash, and that makes him the national leader in that event. To clarify, I don't even have to look it up. I know that time is a facility record, and for that matter, a meet record at the Bison Open. He ran 6.55 seconds, with nobody in that race who could break 6.8, and he's the only man in college to break the 6.6 barrier this early during the season. Normally, if you can go under that line, you're likely going to be at the NCAAs. You just got to run 6.5 anything. And the last freshman to run that fast during the first meet of his college career was Jordan Anthony, who got the silver medal at the NCAA championships later that same season. He wasn't even ranked among the top 50 recruits in the entire nation for the class of 2024. But apparently, recruit rankings don't mean anything after the gun goes off in college. Yet he was not the only freshman to become a national leader during his first college meet, because Alexander Cruzan of Northern Colorado University did the exact same thing in the 400 meter. Granted, the time he put down is likely not going to book his tickets for nationals, although it's likely going to win his conference. But he was never really supposed to be this fast, as a low 4-star recruit who really was known for the 200 more than anything else. That 400 was actually a new PR by almost 2 full seconds. Yet Jason Holmes of North Carolina A&T took care of business in the 60 hurdles. His new PR makes him a national leader and books his tickets for nationals almost definitively. But he was at the NCAA Championships last year in the 110s. He just plans on going back this time and winning the whole thing. And of course I have to tell you about what happened at BU, because Graham Blanks ran the second fastest time that we have ever seen recorded by a college athlete in the 5K. It's not surprising because he used to be the national leader. The only problem was Nico Young ran even faster, yet he is not in college anymore, and nobody was within even 10 seconds of Graham Blanks in that race. So if he wants to run at the NCAAs, I'm pretty sure that race belongs to him, unless you've got record-setting speed. Yet believe it or not, the men's 3K was even wilder, because 4 men broke what was the collegiate record in that event at BU, which is why I say that track is insanely fast. At the end of it all, Ethan Strand of UNC became the national leader, with Parker Wolf, his teammate, right behind him. Over in the throwing events, Tariq Robinson O'Hagan of Ole Miss made it very clear that he is still the best thrower in all of college, just like he was last season. His first shot put of the season was so far that nobody in the nation who's coming back from last season has ever thrown that far in the past, and his weight throw was only second best by 1/100th of a meter to Daniel Reynolds of Wyoming. So apparently, they will likely be duking it out at the NCAA Championship to win it. But the wildest story of the weekend had to be Joshua Rivers out of NCAA Division III, UW Oshkosh. His long jump was 26 feet 8 1/4 inches. For those who ask me to give the metric numbers, it's 8.13 meters. But that long jump isn't just a national record for Division III, by almost an entire foot, a record that was set in 1999. It would still make him the 5th best jumper in all of Division I last season. But all of the jumps that were better than that happened in the month of February. We are still in the month of December, so you should already know that a non-scholarship athlete like him was never supposed to be that good. But that is another story for another time. So there you have it. In college track and field, if you don't pay attention for even one weekend, you will likely miss a whole lot. And if you're an athlete who wants to get to nationals, you now know who exactly you need to beat in order to show up. Just remember that rankings and seed times don't mean anything after the gun goes off, because the lanes on the track don't discriminate. They don't care what conference you compete in or what's on the front of your uniform. All they know is that only one athlete will get to be the champion when it's all over, even if they were never supposed to be this fast to begin with. In the sport of track and field, confidence is everything, because when you win, that is just the moment when everybody else finds out what you already knew to be true, that fast is a lifestyle. Get your Fast is a Lifestyle track and field gear at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.